Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the finest Dawn of War Ultimate Apocalypse casts this side of East Yorkshire. And today we've got a 1 vs 1 on Beltow of Ruin. Playing on the left side as the Necrons, we've got Not Stranger. Playing on the right hand side as the Orks, we've got TigerShark. TigerShark will be opening up with a couple of Slugger Boys, a Grot Squad, as well as a Boys Hut, War Banner and Generator. And Not Stranger, he's going to go for a couple of Builder Scout Squads, a Attack Scout Squad, and a Amplification Generator. Interesting opening from Not Stranger, actually. Normally you would see Necrons build up a whole smorgasbord of generators and amplification generators around their base, but no, he's going on capping duty, which is probably some sort of strategy that he's aware of that I'm not, or maybe he's just trying something new. But yeah, I assume that these attack scouts will be coming over and causing some sort of mischief over on the Orc side. Orc opening quite standard, all things considered. Also going to go for that early War Banner, as in Ultimate Apocalypse, War Banners are quite cheap. First one you buy, and then they get more and more expensive as the game goes on. Quite an Orc favoured map, I do have to say. They've got 3 strategic points inside their base, 1 in their natural, and then they've also got a couple of points they can be fighting over. And Orcs only really need blue money to get on into the tier 2s. So, yeah, the more points you have, the better. Attack Scabs pestering these sluggers, although they seem to be resisting incoming damage quite nicely. So they won't be shaked off anytime soon. They will maybe prevent the Gretchins from coming over and building up on that listing post, as those guys are nowhere near as tanky or damage resistant as sluggers. They're going to swap up straight on over to these guys, and they will die pretty quickly. They do have your, yeah, you've got your Grot leader in there, so he'll be able to survive for a little bit longer. Yeah, those attack scabs not being as effective as they sometimes are normally. Can reinforce for 4 green money, but I mean, do you have an... Ah, right, kid, now you're building up all your stuff. Is it because... Oh, maybe it was because the obelisks increase all the speed and stuff, so maybe that was their original intentions. Fair enough, makes sense. But these attack scabs aren't giving up. They're absolutely convinced that they need to kill all these grots, but the listing post's still been put up anyway. Now the shooter boys are sending them all the way back home. May as well see if they can cause some sort of mischief elsewhere. Currently down here, there's been no capping. I assume the Orcs have been doing some stuff. And of the... I mean, maybe the Builder Scouts were causing them some issues. But they will go back on trying to cap some stuff. Orcs also capturing the relic in the centre. That Scouts now falling back into this kind of position, away from all the shooting nonsense. The shooter boys will come over. Will you come over? If they're thinking about it, they're giving it a good thought. The Orcs really quickly expanding across the map. Probably not what the Necrons really want. Are you going for anything else in particular? You're going for some Necron Warriors, which will slowly make their way out and around here, do a lot of damage in range. Comparing these guys to their vanilla counterparts, in vanilla, they come out and they do a little bit more melee damage than they do range damage. But Ultimate Apocalypse, they just shoot really hard. Which is not what the Slugger Boys and Shooter Boys want. Builder Scouts being a constant nuisance, preventing the Orcs from capturing their strategic points. Attack Scabs still on the warpath, but not killing that many Orcs. They will get their first Orc kill by the looks of things. There we go. They've killed some Grots, but that doesn't count really, does it? Grots running on down here. The moment they come over, a lot of attention being paid to the building units from the perspective of Not Stranger, making sure that they're being killed as often as possible. But still, they are getting those listing posts up on the go. Managing to kill all those Grots though, so this will be delayed just a little bit. And you see the amount of disruption that Stranger, or should I say, sorry, Not Stranger, is able to do just 1 squad of attack scabs. Quite remarkable. He's also captured the one over here. Big Mech trying to break it down with his mighty pistol. Listing post in the middle, being shot down by a squad of Necron Warriors. The second squad will also be coming over. See what they can do. And these are just the attack scabs that can. Tying up all this Orc stuff. And you can't really leave them to their own devices. As an Orc player, you can't just let these guys run amok inside your base. Otherwise all your Grots will be deaded. It's not an ideal situation for them. Builder Scouts now going to come over and see if they can capture the relic in the centre. Northern strategic point has been... Well, the obelisk has been taken down. So there's now potential for them to recapture that. And the relic is now exposed from the Necron side. Got some flayed ones dropped in, and a Necron Lord as well. And the Necron Lord really, really powerful as the game goes on. Unlike Vanilla, we can only get 3 of his artifacts. In Ultimate Apocalypse, you can get all of them. Will make him quite expensive, though. Already got that phase shift on the go. Falling back. Played ones also go and see if they can maybe do something else somewhere else. After all, the Orks can always just run away from them. And now that the Orks have got their big shooters on, 4 in the squad will kill the flayed ones pretty quickly. Necron's going to stand a little bit in heavy cover. Squad wipe on the sluggers. And the Necron Lord is absorbing a lot of this incoming damage from the shooter boys. Necron Warriors focus firing on the big mech. And attack scarabs should really... Ah, yeah, there we go. They're going to focus on the shooter boys on the back lines. Got some cheeky Grot Gang in there as well. We love a good Grot Gang. And the Necron Warriors, they've already used their teleporting juice to get over here. So running away from them is going to be a little bit problematic. Necron Lord has gone... Yeah, Necron Lord has gone down. Big Mech now going to turn his attention over here. The Grot... Is there a Grot squad down here? Oh, bloody hell, where's my camera going? That was impossible to understand what was going on there. Yeah, Grot Gang, you managed to get a decap on that relic. Good lord, that mountain. Did not know that the terrain could alter your camera angle, but there we go. Learn something new every day. Yeah, the Warriors struggling now. Necron Lord using Chronomancy to slow these guys back. Necron Warriors now stabilising. And the Sluggers are going to be in for a world of hurt here. If they are unable to retreat, they'll go managing to regain their speed. Will fall back as quick as they can. Between a protective firing line of shooter boys. The Warriors are going to be winning a straight up firefight against these guys. But if anything, just to keep the Orks' attention down here. But while all this is going on, the Orks are building up and capturing all the stuff on the northern side. As well as, well, attempting to do the southern side, I suppose. But map control for the Orks at the moment. Are the Necrons doing anything crazy? They are not at the moment. They are just relying on their Warriors to have a nice cluster of plasma generators and amplification generators. And the Orks, what kind of economy is that going on at the moment? 5% and 60 compared to 140 and 30. And TigerShark almost in tier 2. He has got his mech lab. And from there he will be able to research all kinds and all manners of different Ork units. Necron Lord teleporting in the middle of the Grot Gangs. Never let me say that again. Whenever a Necron Lord teleports in, a little bit of a lightning storm happens around him. Causes mischief and sadness to all in his path. A couple of stabs on in that listing post. While the Necrons attempt to fight over the relic in the middle, they will lose an obelisk down over here. The Ork numbers 12 sluggers in that squad. It's not the done thing usually to have that many sluggers. Quite often see people go for massive shooters. But I suppose if you want to keep these guys alive from the deadly range fire of the Necron Warriors, you just have a front line of sluggers. Chronomancy on the shooters, in fact also the sluggers as well. Everyone been slowed down. So now they're just as fast as a Necron Warrior really. They're going to retreat for regaining their composure. Firing once again into that Necron Lord. Quite low on health. Not sure if he's got a phase shift saved up. Flanking manoeuvre from some Ork Slugger boys. That's proper tactical, that is. And some more shooters as well. There's just a lot of Orks on the field at the moment. They've still got plenty of money left over to spend on stuff. Plenty of money indeed. Necron Warriors not sure where they're off to. Just trying to move into... I don't think there's any heavy cover around here neither. No, it does not seem like it. So they will run away back into the base. Tier 1/2. But not stranger. And the Orks are just on the cusp of it. As you can see, the war banners don't give up nearly as much squad cap as they do in vanilla, so you need to build a lot more of them. Orks laying siege to the Necrons. Obelisk just about down to half health. Amplification generator. Really interesting placement. Not sure why it's there. But it is. So just give me 2 seconds. Good lord, the old chesty or tickly cough or whatever you call it, it's not going away. That's okay, I'll survive. Just gotta believe. Just pretend that you don't have a cough. That's how it works. What a teleport from that Necron Lord. And right in the middle, slowing them down, but I don't know if the slowing down is actually causing much of a problem for the Orks. I mean, Slugger Boys maybe. It takes them a while to get into close combat, but shooters perfectly happy just to stand there. Firing away as best they can. They're losing a couple of models there. Also full-blown squad wipe on that Slugger Boy squad. So they're going to fall back. Listing post being built over on the southern side. And that's just an impressive economy for just over 10 minutes of the game. But Not Stranger is not out yet. Ghost Ark on the way. And do we have any tank busters at the moment? I don't know if we do, but we do have that slow march into tier 2 as the Orks go for their more Ork population. Look at that, 175 and 100 green. That's like very expensive for an upgrade. It takes so long to research, so while the Orks can get a lot of squad cap quite quickly for relatively cheap money, to actually make the most use of them takes them a fair while. Do have all the Orks now down on the southern side. Rock Gang moving over on the north. They're potentially going to sniff around on that critical location. Centre still captured by the Orks, but there's no listing post on them. Now we are seeing the Ghost Ark doing a little bit of recycling, just to further increase the mass and the numbers of the Necrons. 2 extra warrior squads joining the ranks. And are you reinforcing them? You are as well. That's a lot of metal dudes ready to come on over. Warriors now going to focus on the listing post down on the southern side. And yeah, we definitely do need some rocket boys. There we go. Tank busters researched in the Big Mech lab. If anything, just to prevent this Ghost Ark from constantly recycling these dudes. A lot of Orks there. And that is just pure Daka all the way down. Necron Warriors jumping inside that Ghost Ark. Can use that as transport, allowing the Necron Warriors to escape certain doom. Not quite taking down that listing post, but still a jolly good effort. Necron Lord, were you teleported behind there? Did you die? Yes, you did die. You are lying there on the ground. Plenty of attack scarabs slicing up on this listing post. Also attempting to put down a ghost turret as well. Rock Gang won't stand for it there. The little guns attempting to protect their hearth and home. Huge war by the looks of things. Slugger Boy squad in there. Also got the knob with the big claw. Not too shabby at smashing up an obelisk. Is a Ork claw or two. Necron Lord being rebuilt. But it's just Necron Warriors at the moment. Do you have a lot of money saved up? Not an incredible amount of money saved up. I don't think... Is this enough Necrons to defend against all these Orks? I mean, I'm surprised that... we saw the flayed ones a little bit earlier. We haven't seen that many more of them. Lord, once again, coming back in. Little slip and slide. Bringing down Necron Warriors behind the ranks. Double squads of attack scabs and also a John Cena beam. Preventing all these guys from firing away. Big Mech teleporting. The squad behind everything. Flayed, there we go, there's the flayed ones. Chasing after the shooter boys. Tank busters, got 2 squads of them. Taking down the Ghost Ark. And that was a remarkable little engagement from Not Stranger. Managing to isolate a shooter boy squad. Preventing a lot of them from firing. With that solar pulse as well. And so quickly. Only a couple of volleys from all these Necron Warriors. The shooter boys are taken down. They've also had their disruption field upgrade. So, do a lot more damage. Necron Lord, come on, just get out of there. Phase shift. There we go. Cheeky phase shift. Just as he's about to die. And the tank busters, they ain't got the weapons to really take on the Necron warriors. Sad time is on the way for them. If they don't get out of there, we're going to defend their listing post. It's their land. They ain't going to give it up without a fight. How do the Grot gangs do over here? Ah, not very well. Not very well at all. Well, it's to be expected, isn't it? It's kind of the whole deal with the Grots. Here comes the Killer Can. Powerful thighs. And you survive. How? I looked away for 2 seconds and you... Alright, you just teleported back home. For a second I thought you killed all the Necron warriors. I was like, that's amazing. Highly improbable, but amazing. Yeah, why did the Necron warriors teleport back home? Had the advantage. But now the Necrons are going to struggle against the Killer Can unless they go for some Immortals. Oh no, they're going to go for a Ghost Ark instead. Which does have anti-vehicle capabilities. That's not terrible. You can just see, I haven't got all the corpses turned on, but even with just like low amount of corpses visible in the game settings, just see how many Orks have not had a very fruitful engagement. Those who died doing the one thing that they love there. And that's all that matters from the perspective of an Ork. The relic in the middle, once again cracked open. The warriors continuing to hold where they can. Killer Can just ignoring their Ghost Fire there. Not tying him up though, Alex. Oh no, there's 2 squads in there, just stood really close together. Necron Lord up on the rafters with the big mech. There's a whole host of lads come on down. Wonderful placement for that solar pulse as well. Now we're going to go up or down. Oh, never mind. Big Mech's like, no, I don't want to go up or down. I'll go sideways instead. Fair enough. Never make a prediction when there's a Ork Big Mech about. Here comes the Ghost Ark, circumventing this entire engagement here. And I'm running on the assumption that you're probably going to... Yeah, okay, you're just going to focus on bashing stuff over here. Might be an idea just to go in here and see if we can destroy these war banners. Kill the war banners, you kill the Orks. That's their lifeline, really. Killer Can's still alive. Big Mech trying to avoid death. Walking into a Ghost turret. Necron Lord sees the tank busters on the ridge. Teleports in for some more close combat shenanigans. The Orks are fighting for life and limb. Here comes a knob scaring away the Ghost Ark and its immortal cargo. I mean, just kill that. It's just there. You can do it. I'm teleporting over here. How did you teleport over there? There's no buildings for you. Oh well, they've done it. With some Necron mischief and magic, they pulled it off. Back on the north, Big Mech is now surrounded. A lot of skelly men, and I don't think you've got any jumping juice left to escape with. The last stand on the Big Mech. He's holding them off relatively well. Oh no, no, okay, never mind me. There's no point in trying to predict what this guy's doing. They've got infinite teleporting substances. Ghost Ark now finally makes it into the Ork base. And doing a bit of in and out, in and out. There we go. Blowing up the plasma generators. Also, there's a lot of damage. Oh dear, that is a lot of resources lost there. Plasma generators in Ultimate Apocalypse, when they explode, they do a lot of damage to structures nearby. The more you've got nearby, the more effective that they are. But then, it's a bit of a risk. Knobs, soon to be backed up by flash kits. Necron's now gone for a second burst of their disruption fields. That was such a loss. It'd be hard for the Orks to come back from that. Necrons, they've done their damage. They don't really need to push it any further. They can now just start focusing on themselves. We're seeing a lot of Bill Scrubs coming down here. I wonder for what reason. Immortals. Got triple Immortals. Taking care of the southern side as the Orks are distracted up on the north. War's economy 60% on 119 compared to 141 and 79. So still quite a good green money thing on the go. How many plasma generators have you got? You've got 1, 2. Doesn't seem like I've got any more. So they must be very heavily upgraded. Their escalation researches and whatnot.
We've got the best shooters there.
Here comes the... Oh, that one singular flash gate taking on the Necron Lord. Give that man a promotion. No, struggling a bit with the pathing. Amassed in a short area. Knobs see the... Or what are you called? The Cryptek. Cryptek's like a Necron Lord, just a little bit different. Does the same kind of role, just maybe not as strong. That comes in, focuses on those Immortals. Lickety split. Knobs, much like how the Slugger Boys were being used earlier, keeping that front line going. We've also got all the Power Claws as well. It's not an upgrade that you give them, they just come out from naturally. Of course it is an upgrade from the pile of guns. And the Ork Elite Infantry is nothing to be sniffed at. Flash Gates, probably one of the best range units overall. And then the Knobs. The yin to their yang, I suppose. We do have the Tomb Spider. Fulfills the same kind of role as the Ghost Heart, just it's also quasi-dreadnought. Comes into close combat, smashes things around. We often see players go for a particle projectile, so it can fire down while also picking up the dead and dying. Necron's not really going for another Night Lord, not Night Lord, Necron Lord. But do you have an army at the moment? You do not have an army. So what's your plan? You've got all the Bill of Scabs coming over. And what, are you just going to build a bunch of ghost turrets inside the base? I'll have to wait and see. Still a pulse on the range units. Tomb Spider comes in, gives them a good old double axe handle smash. And the Orks are running amok inside the base. Another Tomb Spider on the way. And yeah, really peculiar. They are building up ghost turrets. I think there's some more pressing matters inside your base. The Lord comes back at home. See what I can do. And actually there's just now 4 Tomb Spiders. But one's dead. Unusual build. I suppose he's going to use this Necron Monolith to hire all his elite units. And then this side Necron Monolith down here to recruit general cheap chaff. This has been quite expensive. Have these Tomb Spiders been? They can't pick each other up to repair them. But in saying that, if the what you call the tank busters can't get any shots off, the rest of these guys ain't going to be doing much against Tomb Spiders. Rob's still alive, still got 7 out and about, just spread across this firing line here. And the killer cans, yeah, they're just going to come out and smash up the ghost turret. So not much use going on there for them. What are you? You are another Ghost Ark. Yeah, the Tomb Spiders not doing a great job holding that line. Ghost Ark comes out. And just kind of sits there and dies. Orks running amok. They've killed a lot of amplification generators and also plasma generators. Necron economy in shambles. And Stranger just says no, he doesn't want it. He doesn't want the Orks in his life anymore and leaves. Right, so that was very interesting because we've got... So, I mean, Stranger just... Well, sorry, not Stranger. Killed basically a good chunk of the Ork economy and the Ork squad cap. So, if he pressed his advantage, he might have actually done a lot more stuff, but then transitioning over into a vehicle-based composition, which is the Orks. I mean, considering that they've got tank busters on the field already, I wouldn't have thought that the vehicle composition would have been an idea. I mean, it was doing really well for all those Necron warriors. Maybe it could have done with some more flayed ones who's been teleported into the back lines to keep the shooter boys and the flash gates busy. But yeah, interesting that went for Tomb Spiders instead of anything else. Didn't really do them any good, as obviously the Orcs just came in and killed them all. So yeah, cheers boys for sending that game into the Discord. And if you want to support the channel, have a look at the old Patreon. £1 a month gets you once a game a week. And there is also a Discord where Discord things happen. Links in the description as always. My name's been Mr. Landshark. Pleasure as always, never short. Now, see you in a bit. Peace.